you're looking to make money as a UGC creator, stop scrolling, this video is for you. My name is Alicia and I go by Golden Oreo. I've been a UGC creator for 4 years and a full-time creator for 2. Okay, so first things first, what is UGC? UGC stands for user-generated content. So UGC work is different from being an influencer. Influencers book work based on how many followers they have. UGC means you're creating content specifically for the brand that they are then promoting on their socials and or website. So how do you become a UGC creator? The first thing you need is a media kit. It's much easier to create one than it sounds. You're gonna go to Canva, pick a super simple template, choose your color scheme, and then you're gonna need 4 things. So the first thing you're gonna include is examples of your past work or projects. Now, if you haven't booked any campaigns yet, that's totally fine. All you need is samples of your work for the types of brands that you want to create content for. This is gonna showcase what your content would look like if you created for them, the experience they would have working with you. So if you wanna work in the beauty industry, create some content around beauty. If you wanna work in the food and beverage industry, create some content around food. Just create samples of work that would showcase the quality they can expect and the type of content they can expect. Okay, the second thing you're going to include is any social media analytics for videos that have done well or gone viral. If you've created any videos for any brand specifically and they've posted it on their page, you can go to their page, grab the analytics from there, how many views, how many likes, how many comments. If you have any ads that are currently running, you can go to the Facebook ads library, grab the analytics from there and post that in your media kit. You want to include as much of that information as possible. If you haven't done any videos that have gone viral or you don't have any ads that are running, that's totally fine. You're going to have that eventually, and when you do, you can put that in your media kit. The third thing to include is the type of equipment you use. Now, if you just use your phone, you can totally skip this. You don't need to add anything extra. Most brands are completely fine with you just using your phone. You don't need any high-tech cameras, etc. But if you do have a nice camera or you have any special lighting or any other accessories, include that in your media kit because you want to show them how serious you take your work, the quality of work they can expect from the type of equipment that you use. So make sure you include that if you have anything other than just your phone. So for example, I have a Sony ZV-E10. I don't use that for all of my content, but if requested, I can use it. So I include that in my media kit. I have multiple ring lights. Those are also in my media kit. Again, it's rare that they ask that I use my camera or anything different from my phone. So it's not necessary for me to have it, but I do use it for my own content. And then the last thing you want to include is pricing. So the pricing is going to vary. It's going to vary based on your experience, based on your social media following. But I will say when it comes to a video, a 30-second reel or TikTok, never charge less than $75. And even that's pretty low. Standard, I would say never less than $100. Again, it depends on your following. It depends on your experience. I'll do another video about how to price out your content. But include your pricing for a 30-second video, a 15-second video, for reshoots, for photos, for static images. You can do a bundle. So if they want to get a video and 3 photos, you can include a bundle pricing. Just include all of the pricing for as many things as you can think of. Just make sure you do your research so that you know you're quoting accurate pricing based on your experience and your following. Because a lot of creators, when they first start out, they're willing to accept a lot of strictly gifted campaigns, which is fine because I love getting free stuff, so I still accept gifted campaigns. However, when you're only accepting gifted campaigns and you're creating a lot of content for them, multiple videos, multiple photos, a lot of these brands then don't want to pay other creators for their work when they should be getting paid for it because you're spending 6, 8, 10 hours creating this stuff, filming, editing. So you are absolutely worth getting paid for the work that you do. It took me a long time to figure this out. I know this now. So know your worth, know that you deserve to be compensated. If you want to accept free gifts, that's totally fine. Get your free hair care. I haven't bought hair products in multiple years because I've been a UGC creator and I'm definitely not getting paid for all of the products that I'm receiving. But a lot of them, they just gift it and they don't expect you to post. So you really don't have to. If you actually enjoy the product, then post it. Or that's your opportunity to reach out again and be like, hey, I actually really like your product. I'd love to create XYZ. What kind of budget do you have? Now, when you're done with your media kit, you want to save it in a Google Drive folder. This is going to make it so much easier when you're communicating with brands, whether it's through email or if it's a DM, you're going to be able to send them that link because when it comes to email attachments, email cannot handle large files. And so you need to have it somewhere where it's accessible, easy for you to access, easy for someone else to look at. You want to set it so that everyone can view what's in that folder, and it's only going to house your media kit. Now, your media kit is different from your portfolio, but they do house a lot of the same content, so you don't technically need both. I personally have both because I like to include my portfolio in my email signature, and I also have it on my Instagram. So that way, if brands want to see more samples of work that I've done, brands that I've worked with, campaigns that I've done, they can see that, and then I can negotiate pricing with them because they may have a budget that's higher than the pricing that I have in my media kit, and I don't want to put myself in a corner and be stuck with a lower price when I can get 3, 4, 5, 10 times the pricing. So I would recommend not putting your media kit in your signature when you're communicating with the brands, finding out the budget, and then going from there. And then of course, if they don't have a budget, then that's when you can share your media kit and your pricing. So the next thing you're gonna do is join websites for UGC creators. Some examples are obviously Coley, QuickFrame. There's so many websites out there, so many agencies. You need to do a deep dive, go on Reddit, go on Google, find what agencies look like they would work the best for you, for your niche, for what type of work you're trying to book, and then join those websites. You're gonna create your profile, and then you can submit for work. And then there's one more step to this that took me much longer to figure out than I wish it had, but you're going to bookmark each of these websites that you've signed up on so that you can refer to them every time you're applying to new work. So if every Monday is your apply for jobs day, you're gonna go through your bookmarks, go to each website, apply for jobs, and that's gonna be easy for you to reference. I made the mistake of signing up for 10, 20 agencies and then forgetting what I signed up for, and then occasionally getting a spam email from them and being like, wait, did I sign up on this website? I have no idea. Let me go look. So you really want to bookmark them. It's also important to keep your profile up to date. So if you have new photos, if you have new content, keep uploading your profiles with that content, because stuff that you have from a year ago may not look as good today because your content has changed, you've gotten better at shooting things, your image quality has gotten better. So make sure you're keeping your profile up to date. The next thing I would recommend is joining freelance websites like Fiverr and Upwork. Now, this is totally optional. This is more so if you're just starting out. If you've already established yourself and you're just looking for more work, then I wouldn't recommend these websites. But when I was first starting out, this was super helpful for me just to get experience, just to build relationships. So I would build your profile on Fiverr and Upwork. Now, on here, you can't submit for jobs. People have to find you and book you. So I would recommend including your profile link on your socials, on your Instagram, in your TikTok profile, in your email signature, so that people can see that, so that they can book you. When you post content and brands see your content, they're gonna go to your profile if they like your content, and then they're gonna wanna book you. And so if you have your Fiverr or Upwork link in your profile, that's gonna be easier for them to see what you have to offer. So I would recommend signing up on those websites. It's a great source of income. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna start your cold outreach. Cold outreach is a pain in the butt, but it's how you book the bigger jobs. So you absolutely need to get good at this and be consistent with it. So I would say make a list of your favorite brands. They can be all the way from small businesses all the way up to large corporations and chains. You're gonna pick a minimum of 3 of these brands a week, and you're gonna reach out to them. Now, this outreach can be on Instagram, TikTok, email. If you can find the email, a lot of the times you have to DM them first on their socials and then ask for a marketing manager or a social media manager or a campaign manager, whoever it is. Find out who that person is, ask for that email so that you can communicate with them directly. And when you reach out to them, you want to cater your message toward their brand. So it's gonna include something along the lines of, hey, I love your brand, I love your brand mission, I love your aesthetics, I love your products, I've tried them, I've been following you for years, my aunt loves them, my friends love them, blah, 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 blah. I would love to work with you. Here's a little bit about my qualifications. Here's a little bit about my experience. Here's a sample of my work that's kind of similar to content that you have. I noticed on your website or on your socials that you don't have this or you're missing that. I feel like this is really trending right now. I would love to create some content like that for you. Or here's an idea I have, something unique. There's a holiday coming up, etc. You're gonna craft that message, and then at the end, you're gonna say, hey, if there's someone else I should reach out to, if there's a specific email or marketing manager I should speak to, please let me know. I'd love to shift the conversation to email, and then you're gonna send it. Some brands like to keep the conversation in the social media DM, so the entire conversation might be had via Instagram. A lot of brands like to shift to email if they really wanna work with you and if they really like your content and they're seriously interested. And then once you have that email, that is a great opportunity to start building that relationship, because this is not a one-off opportunity. If you book a gig or book a campaign and you do well and you deliver solid content, you deliver it on time or early, you're gonna put yourself on their radar, and then they're going to think of you when new campaigns come around. So in Q2, when they're like, hey, we have this new campaign, this new product rolling out. I remember working with Golden Oreo. She was fantastic. She created great work. Her work did really well in our ads, so we'd love to book her again. And if the conversation does shift from Instagram or TikTok DMs to email, then you're gonna really have your opportunity to shine. You're gonna include so much more information. Don't make it too lengthy because you don't want them to have to read too much, but you're gonna expand on your qualifications, on the idea that you have, samples of your work, samples of work that you would like to create for them. This is another important thing. If you see a video on TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, and you're like, hey, I feel like they would love this. I haven't seen this on their page yet. Here's an example of something I would like to create for you that has done really well on this platform. Absolutely include links to work that you would like to create for them. And even better, if you have a video example of an ad that's done really well that you yourself have created, absolutely include that. If it's a hair care brand and you created a hair care brand video and it did really well, include the link to that, the Facebook ads library link, in your email and show them like, hey, I did this ad for this brand, which is similar to your brand. I'd love to create something similar. This did really well. So the last tip I have for you is to be constantly updating your socials. Post multiple times a week, every single week. Brands really love to see that you're active on social media because that shows that you are tapped in, that you are tracking current trends, that you understand the industry, that you're connected. They really love seeing that, because if you are seeking work but you haven't posted on your Instagram in a year or your TikTok in 2 years, they're going to wonder why they should hire you, because you're not active on socials anyway. So why would you understand content or have an inkling of what type of content you need to produce? So make sure you're updating your socials as consistently as you possibly can. I get it. A lot of people have full-time jobs. You have a lot of other responsibilities. Updating your socials is probably the last thing that's on your mind. But if you can do at least one post a week, that makes such a difference. So update your socials. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it really helpful and you got a lot of useful information. If you made it to the end, I have a free gift for you, so comment below if you'd like me to send it to you. It's an email template that you can use for your cold outreach. It'll make your life so much easier having a template. Otherwise, I wish you the best of luck and I will see you in the next video.